Let's talk about an epidemic. Let's talk about an epidemic that is spreading. And it's spreading because of silence. Let's talk about how silence kills. So how is it that some of us become shattered? Take on this sense of self that we are no longer whole, but that we are broken. Well, I believe that it comes down to two basic principles. And one of those is simply a lack of healthy coping skills. The other, a lack of resources. That's the unique thing about this topic, is that there is no specific recipe. And yet there are things that we do know that can help us identify when somebody is in crisis. And it's in that knowing that the healing process begins. We don't want to see it. It's ugly. We've been taught it's shameful. We've been taught that people are weak, that they're selfish, that they killed themselves. And we don't want to hear about it because it's uncomfortable. Because what are we going to say? We don't know what to say. And so we don't want to talk about it. And so we keep trying, and we fight, and we fight, and we fight with great courage through every day until every opportunity to feel better narrows and narrows and narrows. And that pain is coming from here. And if I'm telling myself that I'm not worth it, if I'm telling myself that I have no value, if I'm telling myself that I'm never going to achieve anything, that I was supposed to be more, that somehow I'm a failure, and that everybody around me is just burdened by my existence, well, it came from me, so it must be true. The only way to end that psychological pain can sometimes be the idea that I must end. Not just for me, in fact, least of all me, but for all the people around me who don't understand it and who I burden. I finally began to understand what I could do to keep from ever going back. For every person who has been courageous enough to fight for one new day, we can all be courageous enough to learn more, to know more, to do more, and to save a life.
More than a presentation, Deeatra delivers a touching and transformative experience. Engaging, mindful, change. Learn more at deeatrake.com.